anything. I don't have anybody I hate that much. I got some that are just like I would put them on the hit list just because they're either so annoying or they just like cause so many problems that it's like just don't. For example, Aaron Yeager.
What? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boys, and we are back with the 33rd episode of the DNAnime podcast. I am Beautiful Crow. This is my co-host over here, Vic Seal, and we are back to give you another anime banger of a podcast. But if you want to have fun like we have every single week, what you can do if you're watching this on the Yield and YouTube is give us a like, a subscribe, hit the little notification bell, all that fun stuff. I got to get the business out the way first, otherwise I'm going to forget. If you are in the audio podcasting realm, you can give us a review. Let us know how we're doing. You are our boss. We work for you. Let us know in our performance review. We got 5 stars or 1 star. Please don't give us a 1-star review. Please, I can't take it. I can't take it. I'm just a chill guy. Impulse meme on top of me. I'm just a chill guy. You guys wouldn't give chill guy 1 out of 5 stars. Come on now. We give you guffaws. We give you teehees and laughter as we talk about something that we're all passionate about. Anime. So we are back with another episode of the podcast. Hopefully you guys have had a splendiferous week, a way better week than me. My life's just been falling apart at the seams, but we are here to have fun. Vix, how are you doing today, man?
From the sounds of things, better than you. So I also had a start of a rough week, but mine has since come to an end. I wish that there was like a way we could make you feel better, but sometimes you just got to muddle through. But if we're kind of thinking about things that like what can we do to make you feel better? What about anime? We're here. We'll talk about anime. What type of anime do you watch when you're down in the dumps? What is the one that's like can just pick you up? Like you just need to, or not even like watch it. Like what if we just talk about it? We just talk about it.
You know what's fucked up is that I had a rough week, right? And I've only watched sad ass anime.
You just like I gotta be seen, I gotta be heard. They have to relate to me now.
Dude, because it's like, again, we talked about it last week. I watched Look Back and I watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, both incredibly emotional and very sad anime. And it's been rough watching them.
I feel like that almost doesn't help you because you're just like you're down in the dumps and you're like, yeah, everything sucks. That's right. This is awful.
Again, I want to preface this. We're going into it. I am fine. I got in a car accident. Some stuff happened at work. I'm just a little angry as I want to do.
One of those weeks.
Fine. Yeah, just one of the weeks where they just kick you when you're down. But you know, as a 30-year-old, American male, I always live by this glorious motto to put it on the wall. Like when you see all these women on Pinterest putting like the live, laugh, love, like shit on their walls.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, boys. It is what it is. I'm still here. The car accident wasn't too bad. I just can't drive my car right now. I'm not injured. I'm totally fine. But if you want to talk about comfort anime, anime that I always end up coming back to just rewatch. So I did this for a while. I don't do it as much anymore because I don't have a lot of free time, right? But one of the ones that I would watch all the time when I was younger, it 100% was Dragon Ball. I would always rewatch Dragon Ball from start to finish.
Take note of the commie house in the background.
Exactly. But it's obviously as long as hell. But I would do like a yearly rewatch of Dragon Ball because I love it. And it's my childhood. And that nostalgic feeling carries me through. After that, because again, that's my comfort. My comfort is hype. So after that, I would just watch Hajime no Ippo every year. I would do a yearly summer rewatch of Hajime no Ippo.
That one would get you going. Like that one hypes you up. It puts that motivation in your heart.
Dude, I would always have like the openings and like the soundtrack on repeat when I'm in the gym or I'm doing.
I don't know about that one. No, I don't know. I didn't like the opening.
Did you like any of the openings?
No, I skipped all of them. I watched each one like 3 times, and I was like, "Nah, these suck," and I just skipped them for the rest. But the show was good. Did not care. I won't say that they're bad. I won't say that they're like awful. I just didn't like them. They just weren't mine.
They're old school, like classic Japanese rock.
They were definitely the type that I would have put in my cassette player and just had them going.
Ippo is an old ass anime, and they really go off that vibe. Cause I think the mangaka just really likes that. Like it is just old dude. It's just like this old broken English, anime openings, and I love that shit. Whenever I hear the dun 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 dun, I get hyped, dude. I get hyped. So
Yeah, in most
Those
cases, though, in most cases, like 95% of the times, I will skip them unless they're like really good. Like I've never skipped any of Don, never skipped any of Fire Forces, and Black Clovers. They had like 9 in a row that were so good that I didn't skip any of them. Like I was like they could do no wrong. Like they just kept every time they came out with a new opening, I was like waiting for it to suck. There was one, I forget which one or what the name of it was. I think it was by Vicky Blanc was the name of the band, and it started off with like this really chill piano, and I was like, finally the one that's not good. And then 5 seconds in, it just picks up like crazy, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Hold up.
I was like, hold up, wait a minute. This is really good. But I don't really ever go back to anime. Like once I've seen it once, it's very rare that I go back and watch it a second time. Danmachi is like the only one that I've watched more than once. And actually I watched Demon Slayer and Danmachi more than once, and both times was because I watched it and then somebody I was with started watching it. So for Danmachi, it was Dukes, and for Demon Slayer, it was my sister. So it was I was like the typical like anime guy in the background because I used to live with my sister, and she would have it on the TV in the background. Ignore the mic just falling out of place right there.
Yeah, I was like, what was that noise?
So my sister used to just have Demon Slayer on like downstairs on the TV, and I would be like upstairs in my room, and I would hear the opening, and I would just be like, it's Demon Slayer time. And I would just come trucking it downstairs. I'd be like, it is time. I was like, it is time for some Demon Slayer. And I would just sit down, and I'd just be like,
it's time
like,
to
go,
go.
run it.
I mean, that's the whole point of having an anime opening, dude. The anime opening is supposed to get you hype.
It's the one that calls to the person in the background. Hey, we're watching anime in here.
Exactly. Whenever I came home from school and I heard that, yayo, dreaming, I was ready. Nah.
All the way up till the commercials come, and then you flip to the next channel, whichever one also has anime.
We didn't have many of those.
Yeah, it was 4Kids, and then it was just like
kids,
there's like 400 reruns of Dragon Ball Z Kai on like Boomerang, or not Boomerang, like Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Nickelodeon, yeah. That era of like Dragon Ball, like redubbed or not redubbed, but like the episodes just playing over and over again, like it's crazy.
I mean,
but
like,
I
some
don't
people
watch
just like
anime over.
rewatch this stuff. Like some people will only watch the one, and it's always Dragon Ball. It's always Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
If everybody, I've only met one person who watches one anime that wasn't Dragon Ball, and it was the weirdest choice too. So it's like everybody who's only seen one seems to have just always been watching Dragon Ball, except for this guy who only watched Sergeant Frog.
The fuck?
Yeah. I was like,
why Sergeant Frog?
I don't know. That was just like the only one he saw. And like he just kept rewatching it, and he kept making references to it. And it's like nobody's seen Sergeant Frog. I can't speak on how good it is or not. I looked it up and I was like, looks like it would be all right. It feels like it would be like a really shitty Hetalia. But I don't know. I never watched it.
I used to read the Sergeant Frog manga back when I was in high school because we would just like get in the library, and it's just like a fun old school like comedy, manga. Like it's nothing crazy. Like I like Sergeant Frog, it's fine. I mean, again, a lot. Okay, so it is kind of a thing. I think it's like different people. I think me and you are the same on this. I don't rewatch stuff. Like I don't replay games. Like I beat it, I get done, I enjoy it. I
wait
move
for the
on to
update, play the update.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I don't rewatch stuff. But then my girlfriend Val, she'll watch the same thing. We call her a repeat offender.
Oh no!
She will watch the same thing over and over again. You know how many
has she been watching? What is it? Rocky's Horror Picture Show for like 10 years, or Supernatural.
You want to know what it is? No, it's not Supernatural. It's
Dexter.
No, it's not Dexter. Damn it, what is that damn show about the people who work for the president? It's got Kerry Washington in it. Dude, I forgot it. She would watch that show all the time, and I'm scared to Google it because everything's blowing up on my end. But it was this show, Scandal. It's called Scandal. She would watch Scandal.
You said that like there was a scandal. Yeah. Oh no, Val's gonna come get me. How dare I forget the name of her favorite show?
I know, right? I was like, please don't beat me no more. I remember your favorite show. But I would come home from work and I would hear, because they do this thing where it's like a transition. and it would be all these camera effects, like the camera sound effects. It was like, and I was like, oh, you watching fucking Scandal again? And I was like, have you watched the show a bajillion times? Oh, it's my comfort show. Is Scandal?
How
Family
much
Guy?
comfort do you need?
I know, apparently all of it. She's not getting enough for me. I'm not enough. You gotta keep watching Kerry Washington, try to, cover up scandals. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it was that Scandal, Family Guy, Hateful Eight. I've seen Hateful Eight. I'm not even kidding you. It has to be over 100 fucking times. That movie is 3 hours long. And I've seen Hateful Eight so many times.
Hateful Eight?
Yeah, it's the Quentin Tarantino movie with Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Walter Goggins. It's amazing. The movie's amazing. I saw it in 70 millimeter IMAX in theaters, even though so okay, I think the statute of limitations ran out on this, but I bought a ticket. I went to the theater and I was like, I want to go see Hateful Eight, and they were like, it's sold out. And I was like, rats, they got me again, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see Creed with Michael B. Jordan. And so I got my ticket for Creed. I was like, Creed's good. I heard it's good. I'm gonna go watch it, right? I love boxing. I'm a Hajime no Ippo fan. Peekaboo. I'm Mike Tyson. I don't want to talk about Mite Tyson. That motherfucker let me down. But so I went there.
No, don't say that. It was he did it on purpose.
I'm not gonna get conspiracy theory. It's all rigged. Fuck the Paul brothers. Anyway, but I went to the theaters, right, and it was literally like a Telltale game, man, dude. I'm telling you. I was walking up, and I was like, you're in theater 3, and theater 4 is like right across the hall. And I walked up to and I looked up, and it was Creed and Hateful Eight. And I sat there with my ticket in my hand for Creed, and I was just looking, and I was like, I want to see Hateful Eight. So I just walked in, I sat in the back, and I just found a seat that was open. And I was like, please, nobody come in and tell me that this is their seat, please. And then people will come in, and again, I'm not like, I don't do bad things, you know what I mean? I don't steal, I don't do nothing like that.
I'm a bad boy right now.
I know.
So you do the one bad thing, you just sit there like you mega suspicious because you like.
Dude, okay. So a couple of things. So first things, yes, I felt like the Courage the Cowardly Dog thing, where you're just like, you're being naughty. Like, I was like, I should not be in here, but I want to see this movie. So I broke my oath that I did something wrong. And I sat there and I watched Hateful Eight, and there was like a bunch of people in there. But I think outside of me being suspicious, I was saved because I'm black. I was surrounded by a bunch of, Caucasian people, and that movie has liberal use of the N-word. Yes, they had liberal use of the N-word. So I sat there, and I feel like everybody was like, I don't want to look at him. I don't want to see, I can't laugh in front of him or like show too much emotion because I don't want him to feel uncomfortable. I can't ask him
if he actually belongs in here because that might be a little racist.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, so Quentin Tarantino can say this word, but I can't watch this movie. So a lot of people just kind of like awkwardly looked away from me, and I was like, I'm golden. Thank you, Quentin Tarantino. You saved me, and Samuel L. Jackson. And Mrs. Dubois, whatever the hell her name was.
That's hilarious.
But yes,
I just have like a rotating door of comfort stuff.
Wait. You want to know one more funny thing?
Sure.
Hateful Eight was so long, it has an intermission. So in the middle of the movie, they turned the lights up. Everybody wants to go pee, and I was like, I cannot leave this theater. So I just sat there.
You just like slink further down into the aisle.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm meant to be here.
I don't need to get up.
Yeah, I don't need to get up. I'm fine. I'm just like holding
I don't want
back
any more popcorn. My legs
down.
are fine. I'll stretch right here. Everybody else left. We fine.
Anyway, to get back to the point of whatever we were talking about, I don't rewatch anime normally. When I was younger and I had more free time, I would always go back to those comfort anime like Dragon Ball, Hajime Ippo, or Yu Yu Hakusho, things like that. I've done it recently, actually, because one thing is that I'm older and I got to work and stuff like that, and I have insomnia, so I'll put on a show to like just have on the background. And I would try to like watch anime like Fury, and I was like, oh, but I want to focus and pay attention. But now my go-to-bed anime is 100% being Yu Yu Hakusho. I'll just turn that on with the dub, watch Yusuke and them fight and whatever, and I'll just pass out, and it's great. But other than that, like, I don't rewatch stuff. I'm like, there's so many new things. Like, why would I go back and watch something old? But a lot of people
yeah. It's like, I have like, at the beginning of the season, I have this massive list. And then I don't like to drop things. Like, I have that Sheldon Cooper issue where it's like, I just can't leave it unfinished. I don't drop anything. If I am not suffering from watching it, I will probably not drop it. But there will become one each season that is just like a chore. And it's like I can only watch that one after watching one of the better ones. Like in this case, for this season, one of the better ones would be like Notorious Talker. And then there's not any that are like bad this season. So I don't really feel like I'm being punished to watch the rest of them, except for like, not because the anime is bad, but Grief, Loner Life. It's just fucking over on High Dive. And if you guys were here, was it yesterday that I was talking about High Dive not sucking anymore, last week or something?
Oh yeah.
Take it back.
Wait,
I take it
what
back.
happened?
Fuck, dude. We went to watch DNAnime, and for some reason, the like latest 3 episodes got remarked as coming soon. And I knew that they had been out before because we saw 2 of them. So we couldn't watch the new one because it and the 2 before it were all marked as coming soon, even though they had already been released. And they had thumbnails. They had images for the episode. Like, why can I not watch this? And I sat there for like 20 minutes trying to get it to work. And I was like, I guess we're just not watching it, huh? Now I'm mad because I wanted to watch it.
Nick's mad. He got debated.
I was like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I was like, they're okay. They're fine. And then they were like, no, fuck that. And they just like started blocking stuff off. Fine.
You hear this, High Dive? Your days are numbered.
At least let me watch it. And like, if your UI sucks, I'll get around to it. But if I can't even watch it, I'm not gonna pay for stuff. I literally held on to High Dive specifically for DNAnime.
Yeah, I still gotta start it, and I don't know where it is outside of High Dive.
For DNAnime, I think the only other place is Hulu.
Yeah,
But,
I gotta see if the new episodes are up. I gotta watch it.
But man, kind of fuck Hulu too. The fact that we have to pay for Hulu and we still have ads.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Hulu.
Everything is garbage, dude.
Everybody, everybody shits on Crunchyroll because like they're shit or something, but they're the only one with a functioning UI. So
true and real. Now that they didn't killed Funimation, true and real.
Funimation's wasn't super great either, to be completely honest. The biggest issue that I had with Crunchyroll for the longest time is for some reason they always made the different languages count as like a different season. Yeah. So you had to guess which season was the one that you wanted to watch in which language. And then like the movies were just like season 32 because they knew that it would just never reach that. So it was like season 32 is the movie. And it's like, couldn't you just preface it with movie?
Yeah, it should just be like a movie OVA category. And
yeah, it should. Honestly, the movies should have just like had their own section. I don't even know why they're just like categorized as a season. Didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if they still do that. I haven't really paid that much attention because I don't generally watch that many anime movies just because I don't want to sit down that long. I just like to. Sometimes I just get burnt out. I just watch a couple episodes and I'm like, all right, well that's my anime vibe for right now. Then I just move on. Sometimes I gotta watch them. Speaking of like good anime, the Kenshin remake, I'm vibing with it. I like it. Like it was always like, the original was good, and then the remake I was like, it's fine. I don't know. Like this last week, I was just like, this last like 2 weeks, I was like, hell yeah, I gotta watch some Kenshin right now. I was excited to watch it.
So good, dude.
Yeah, and but like they kind of softened the blow in some aspects, like when he was fighting the first other Tosai, the other Hitokiri or whatever, where in the original, where he like busted his nose way off to the side and he like snapped it into place. As fucked up as that was, they didn't do that in the remake.
Boo.
He hit him and he broke his nose, but he just kind of like moved it a little bit, and then you just kind of heard a little bit of the crunching, and then that was it. And I was like, it could have been worse, but it was no OG. So
that's the thing that sucks, is because it's like I was recently rewatching, and in all honesty, like it's not fair, but like I was watching comparisons between 2011 Hunter x Hunter and 99 Hunter x Hunter, and I'm just like, it was the Gon versus Hanzo fight, and I'm just like, God, the old like pen to paper or pencil to paper, like hand drawn animation on cells, it looks so good. Like them running around, Gon running on the wall, like it's way more fluid, it's way more dynamic than the 2011 fight. But the 2011 anime is really good. Like it does really good things in other regards, in other aspects. So it's like, it's not just I feel like people are being like a little dishonest with their like critiques of both shows because I feel like it's edited in a way to make the more recent animation look worse. But I do miss some of the old classic anime from like anime like Kenshin or Rurouni Kenshin and Hunter x Hunter. Like it
I think the remake for Kenshin has been like it's much cleaner. A lot of the movement is like a lot more clean. The fights are like they're good. It's just because it's made now as opposed to then, they probably have to soften it without. And the way they did it is pretty good without like having to just put a black bar over his face or something. Like, I guess I wanted to see. I was waiting for it too. I was like, I know they're not going to let him just snap his nose back into place. But I am okay with the way that they did it. And then continuing on as he went through and he fought like Shishio's like henchman so far. He hasn't got to the actual building yet. He's just like in the village off to the side. It's fine. It's good. I liked it. It was the voice actors are good. The fighting is good. It's smooth. It's clean. The characters and the voices are still good. He hits that oro correctly. So the most important part. But I don't know what it was about this last 2 weeks. I was just like vibing with it. It was just like on my radar. I was waiting for it to come out, and I'm like, it's here. My Kenshin is here. I can watch it now. It is time. So, and it definitely like it made me feel better because I was just like I was also just mad this week, and I was like I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch this, and I'm like, oh, good. Kenshin is out, or I'll be like, ah, good. Notorious Talker is out. Talker makes me feel good too because it's just a lot of murder, and I'm like, ah.
You just get to see him brutalize people.
You're just like, ah, yes, same.
If only I could notoriously talk.
But yeah, so like we just kind of sometimes you just get in the mood. Sometimes like me and you, we don't have a one show. We have a new show that keeps coming out that makes you feel better with each continuing week. So we've been kind of vibing with stuff like that. But speaking of murder, what do you say we go into murder into this week's topic, which is going to be our anime hit list, which if you were here for the last episode, which came out on YouTube, we brought it up in the after show that we were going to talk about our favorite anime hit list. And as I was going through it, I found out I am not that much of a hateful person. I was like, there's not a lot of people that I just want to just, off somebody. There's not a lot. There's the honorable mentions that I feel like I'm obligated to say Shao Tucker. Yeah. I'm not allowed to put him on the list because everybody already hates him. He's like the default hate one. There was another one. I guess he's not. So everyone's gonna hate this person when I say her name, but nobody's gonna think about her until she's mentioned. Bitch from Shield Hero.
Oh my god!
Everybody hates her, but nobody thinks about her until she's brought up, and then they're like, "Oh, yup, fuck her." Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was just. I mean, she deserves that name. She is terrible. Yeah. She is god awful.
So those are the two that are like, everybody hates them. And I told you there was one on my list that you were going to be like, what? When I said it, here it is. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Million Knives.
Okay, so wait, okay. So I kind of, you know what? That's crazy that he's not on my list. It's the reason why I'm saying what or why I'm so surprised and shocked. Did you watch Striker?
I watched the Rampage.
Oh, Stampede, the CGI one.
Stampede. I watched Stampede, yeah.
Is he just as fucking diabolical in the
he's just like murder. Awesome. Fucking sweet. Yeah. And then he's just like, you could also do the murder.
So the last podcast we joked about like, how we get Isekai. And I was like, oh yeah, Rube Goldberg machine. That's how Knives is. You just want to be extra. Yeah, the lengths that he goes to just to try to make Vash kill somebody is insane. And every villain is like that. It's like, hey, maybe we're working for Knives. I'm going to play the saxophone and I'm going to make you kill somebody. And I'm just like, why are y'all doing this? He's like, I just want to make him break. It's like why? This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. Get a life, get a hobby. And it's like, no, man, we're gonna make you kill somebody, Vash. And I'm gonna watch you cry as you break your values and you weep and you hold your hand as you watch the person bleed out. It's like, dude, fuck you, Knives. You are terrible.
I figured that you would be like, what? Because I know how much you talk about him being like one of your favorite villains.
Oh, Knives is awesome. Yeah. He's a villain that I love to hate.
But he's kind of a dick.
He's a piece of shit. He's a villain that I love to hate. And I'll go through this real quick. So the reason why I brought up this topic is because I love Naruto, right? I'm a big fucking dork. And one of my favorite concepts in Naruto is the bingo book, where you have like these notorious people that need to be taken down. And I love that they kind of have like, they set that up. They don't do much with that concept. Kind of like One Piece with bounties. They don't really do much with that concept. We're just like, oh, all these pirates got bounties, but there's no bounty hunters. So who the fuck is going to collect on that shit? But, when it comes to characters like Knives, I love him. Like, he's great. And I genuinely like it. I like villains who are just evil. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like a lot of people are like, nah, man.
They try to like sometimes they try to overcomplicate it. And it's like, you don't need to do all this stuff. You just want to be bad, and it's fine.
Sometimes like, I get it. Like, if you have a villain that's sympathetic, that could be likable, you know what I mean? Like, or that could be good. Like, you want to be able to understand the villain's perspective, their motives, and everything like that. That's cool. But sometimes I want me a curly mustache, twirling ass villain, man. That's just going to be evil. That the good guys have to take down. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like with Knives. He is just bad, and I want to see Vash and them like murder his ass. And sometimes that's what you need from a villain, man. That's one of my biggest gripes.
I was waiting for Vash to do it the whole time. I was like, yeah, I know he's a pacifist, but I'm waiting for it. He's gonna be the thing that breaks him, and he's gonna break his promise. But then he managed to find the other way, which was like turn into a plant. And I was like, damn. Well, I guess.
I guess this is the only other way out. But yeah, it's just like. I agree with every last one of these choices. Shao Tucker is on the list. Shao Tucker is 100% on the list all the time. Like, I really and truly, like, I hate that man. Like, for his stupid bullshit, his work, and his, I just want to have more money from the government so I can do my experiments. So I'll fuse all my family together to make abominations and then do it to myself and have a backwards head. Like, fuck Shao Tucker. Like, he's garbage. So yes, there are little honorable mentions are on there, and I feel like most of them. I mean, I feel like mine are kind of like standard, because my first one would 100% be Griffith. I mean, if you watch,
I was like, I tried to avoid the ones that's like, yes, of course. Like, I had to pick some that was like, I gotta defend it a little bit. Maybe when I say it, people will be like, oh yeah, I kind of agree. For example, I have Pito on my list.
Pito
from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh yeah, dude, fuck Pito.
I was like, he's on there. And I was like, yeah. Some people are gonna be like, oh yeah, he's good for plot progression, and yeah, but yeah, kind of fuck that guy, So,
yeah, like that shit. Oh my god, Pito pissed me fuck because Kite was so fucking cool. Kite was so cool. Like I really and truly like thought Kite was.
I wanted to see
awesome.
like what he could do. He just like brings out this giant fucking scythe and then is dead.
Yeah, it's a giant scythe, or it's not even the scythe. His ability is a gotcha because it's like it rolls and he randomly gets a number, and the number gives him the weapon, that's tied to that number. And so it's just like, all right, what else does his numbers, get? You know what I mean? Like, if his numbers, like, because it was like 0 through 9, and each number was a different weapon, and you're like, oh, I want to see all the abilities, but then you don't get to see them because he gets got, and I'm just like, fuck you. And then it's like, it's not just killing a beloved character that was cool, even though you just meet Kite like in that arc. Kite was cool as hell, and he had a tie to Gon's father, Jing. It's all the fucked up experimentation and shit that he does after the fact. He does so much incredibly fucked up shit after the fact. It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna have to defend that one very much because it's like it's another one that's everybody is in agreement, but nobody thinks about it until it's brought up. Like when I bring it up to anybody, I'm like, who do you hate? Everybody says Shao Tucker because it's just like it was such a meme that it's just like ingrained in everybody's mind. But there's so many other ones that people don't like, nobody thinks about until after it's mentioned. I don't know how many you have, but I have another one that's just like that. It is, I forget his real name, but in Sword Art in season 2, which everybody already hates season 2, Oberon,
Yeah.
everybody hates that guy. Like that was the point. It was the point. Everybody hated him specifically because fuck that guy. If you saw season 2 of Sword Art, you probably, if you are not hating on him, then we need to have a chat. So,
Yeah, we gotta have a problem. We have a problem.
Yeah, those ones are like more on the node.
I was so happy because like obviously beating him in the game is just like, oh, typical anime shit, right? But and like Kirito beat the shit out of him in like person.
Yes, but that was
so hype.
That was awesome.
That felt so good, dude. That shit felt so fucking good, man. Because it's like the reason why I came up with this title, right? We were talking about anime, we were talking about stuff. I've been in a foul mood this week. We started talking about Berserk, and I was just like, I don't think that I hate a character more than anything than Griffith. What he did, the people he betrayed,
it's unforgivable.
The deeds he did. Oh my god, fuck Griffith. I hate him. So I don't think that there's a villain. I can't think of one off the top of my head that I hate more than Griffith. I despise him. And he's an amazingly, like, a fantastically written character.
He was written to be hated. So that's what I'm going to do.
Again, we talked about it. Like, I love, villains that are just, like, evil, that you can hate. I do enjoy villains that you can relate to. You can see that path where they turn. You're just like, oh my god, I can see like how you got corrupted and how you fell from grace or how you turned to the dark side. You know what I mean? Griffith is both. He's a combination of both because you can see where things went wrong. You can follow the breadcrumbs to see where he gets to, but there's no justifying what that motherfucker does. And that's why the entire time, all of these years, it's been 15 years of me reading Berserk. I'm just like, I never wanted to stop reading it because I want to see him dead. There's no redemption. Like Sasuke, whatever. He could be redeemed. He's a dipshit, little dumb, angsty kid.
At least all the people that he killed were also bad guys.
Dude, Sasuke is so annoying because he's like the most backwards bitch. Because his whole thing is like, fuck the village, whatever. He does more good as a bad guy than when he was a good guy. He kills Danzo. He kills Orochimaru. Like, he's the best guy ever, but he's like, no, I want to destroy the village. I was like, man, shut your ass up. But no, like Griffith is the fucking worst. I hate him. Please, just give me this. Miura has passed. Please just finish it up and just have Guts murderize him. I don't even care if it's just like one attack. Guts just goes in, they do the clash that they've done multiple times, and they do the swordsman clash, and then Griffith just fucking explodes and dies like a Super Sentai villain. I just want to see him dead, dude. Before I die, I want to see Griffith dead.
Hopefully they continue on with the story. I know that the original author passed it off to, I guess, his best friend, right?
So he passed away. Miura passed away, and right now his like other staff, so like his editors are working with the other staff that was working on it, like as his cleanup artist or the background artists, all of them, like they're still pushing through, kind of like what they did with Solo Leveling, because the main artist for Solo Leveling, I believe, passed away, and everybody else in the studio is kind of like picking up the reins. So they're still continuing it, but I don't know how much of the story was still laid out. I'm sure you probably told them some of the story, but they're continuing Guts' story in Berserk. But I'm not gonna lie, I read a couple of chapters after Miura's passing, and while the art is good, not up to the quality of Miura because he's a fucking god. Like, his art is fucking fantastic, but the art isn't as good. But it's still, it's good. It's damn good. But it's his assistance. That's what the hell word I was looking for. But anyway, the art's good. But the thing is like literally, it was the happiest moment ever. Like the most happy, like the best thing ever happens in Berserk, and Berserk is all tragedy, and I was happy. And then Miura passed. Like right before he passed, the chapter came out, and I was like, the worst thing happens. And it was like this.
He's like, I'm gonna give him something to cry about.
he gave us like the happiest moment, and it kind of took it away. And you can see it as leading up to some stuff, right? But before he passed, the last chapter that came out before he passed, I can look at that and be like, you know what? If that's the end of Berserk, it's a bittersweet ending, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like if it doesn't continue, because before we knew what they were going to do after this passing. So I was just like, you know what? I'll take it. It'll be a bittersweet ending, but I'll take it. But then they continued, and it just broke my heart. And I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. You know what I mean? Because like the original creator isn't doing it anymore, so I don't know how they're gonna, if they're gonna treat it with the they'll be able to write it up to the quality that he was writing it, right? So I was
That's
like,
what
I don't
I'm
know if
worried
it's
about
still
is
gonna be
like
good.
when they try to take it over, it just won't feel the same. And I'm worried it's gonna, like, for lack of a better term, tarnish it. It's gonna make it like not as good, because as far as I have ever heard, it's like one of the best manga ever.
It's
written
not
ever.
even one of the best mangas. It's one of the best pieces of fiction, period. I will die on that hill. Berserk is one of the best pieces of fiction, period. It's not just manga. It's any literary work. I will 100% down this hill. The artwork is fucking, there's nobody better than Miura. There's the creator of Vagabond. There's the One Punch Murata, who did like Ice Show 21. He's doing One Punch Man. Fantastic. Miura's the fucking GOAT. His panels is shit that I would be like, this needs to go into a fucking museum or an art exhibit. There's so much like amazing art, and I will gush about Berserk till the cows come on. It's my favorite manga, period. With the worst villain that I hate the most, because
That's what makes it even better.
That's why I'm like, he wrote one of the best villains that I legitimately don't like. Like, I hate Griffith more than I hate real people that I hate. Like, this fictional guy I hate worse than the people who have wronged me in real life. But
I don't think I have anything. I don't have anybody I hate that much. I got some that are just like, I would put them on the hit list just because they're either so fucking annoying or they just like cause so many problems that it's like, just don't. For example, Aaron Yeager.
What? Okay, that's a one. You gave me Million Knives, the most evil man, and you're like, oh, you're gonna be surprised and shocked. And then you're gonna say Aaron Yeager, the main character? I mean, I kind of get it. I mean,
he's not even the only main character on this list.
Wait, what?
But Aaron Yeager, he did everything wrong. He started off like all right, and then everything he did was stupid. Like, that is not how you resolve that issue. Mass genocide is not the way. I promise you, that is not the way.
I mean, sure. So I still haven't watched the final movie or the OVAs or whatever the fuck the last three things were. I need to go back and finish it to see if I can get some kind of closure. But I'm just like, I don't know how this man was just like, you know what?
So like, it's kind of the same way where it's like, you can follow the logic in it, but there's a point where he just twists so hard.
Yeah.
And you're like, you still know where it came from, but you're like, that was the only thing you could come up with? Like, you got all that power and that's what you got? Yeah, so like, it was a way to resolve it. Definitely not a good way, or probably anybody's preferred way, but fuck him, dude. Like, he like, at the beginning, he's annoying as shit. He's useless. He doesn't do anything at any point. Mikasa saves him all the time. And then and then when he barely did that,
but he
needed to get saved for that too.
But he did it though. He did it.
Then, like, the only time that he did anything like on his own was when he fought or like wrestled with the armored Titan. That was the only time I think he did anything like on his own. Everything after that, he either had help with or he had already assimilated like multiple powers. And I think, all right, AOT hate here. I think the route that they took was dumb as fuck. How are you going to give the Attack Titan the ability to give memories of the future to the past so that they can remember the future? That doesn't even make any sense.
But it's to you 2,000 years in the future.
And that's literally what happened. Like, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but it's fucking dumb. All right, it's dumb. I don't care what they say. It's stupid. It's stupid. He made that was a dumb route. It was a dumb route to take. Literally everything could be resolved by him just not making it that far. So,
yeah,
there might have been like a different outcome. It might not have been a great outcome, but 6.5 billion people would have lived. So,
now, you telling me if you saw your mama get eaten like a Snickers bar, that you wouldn't go around A-Town stumping some villages?
I feel like Okay, if it was just like a couple, I'd have been like, all right, fine, I get it. I'd be like, all right, fine. It's a little over the top, but I get it. Okay, like I understand. However, if a little villages is literally 6.5 billion people, I feel like you overdid it like just a little. So,
He's very thorough, man.
I guess like you really wanted to make sure. Yeah. Definitely didn't make a. I don't know. Some people are like, I get it. Oh, like they don't like him or anything, but they're like, I get it. And like, I get it too. But fuck that. I don't want that. That's not the route. Literally, it is just in everybody's best interest to just off him ASAP. So.
True. But wait, you said you had other main characters on there. I'm actually surprised because I didn't go to. I only
got two. I only have him and one other guy.
All right, who is it? Can I guess?
Okay, you can guess, but I can almost guarantee you're not going to get it because I'm pretty sure you haven't seen this.
Oh, shit. I was like, what's another garbage main character that is shit and that everybody hate? And don't you motherfuckers at home playing the guessing game think Deku. Deku is great. Shut up.
Nah, go ahead. But, if you made it this far into the video or the podcast or into the audio realm, go ahead. Put it in the reviews in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? Who do you think is the main character that I am going to name next? If you get it right, put it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know.
Yep, and we'll give you virtual forehead kisses.
Take my fucking kisses.
Okay, so I guess should I guess then? If I
I'll give you a couple guesses, but I'm not gonna like keep you all day because like I'm fairly certain because I gotta look up his name real quick because I was gonna name the show, but I don't remember his name.
Because it wouldn't be the main character of Fate Stay Night or whatever.
No, I like that.
He kind of sucks. He kind of sucks, but he gets better.
You don't like Emiya?
He's fine. I just feel like for the majority of it, he just kind of sucks ass. Like I get so tired of the main character that's like, oh, I'm not a part of this world and I don't know shit.
I mean, he like actually participates. He's like one of the few people that like actually participates.
Yeah, that's what's like he gets better. I'm trying to think off the top of my head like what main character that would be like, dude, you fucking garbage. Right. And I think Aaron tops the list because he turns into the villain essentially.
Yeah.
But okay, who is it? Who is it?
It is okay. So his name. Now that I've read it, I'm like, I can't believe I forgot it. His name is Adonis. Adonis from Kingdom of Ruins.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen this.
Fucking didn't do anything but revenge. That was everything. That was the entire show. He lived exactly for the purpose of revenge. He got the chance for revenge, and he took it. Like, there was no hesitation. They were like, they tried to like veer him on the hero's path and whatever. And he's like, nah, fuck that. They die now. And that's what he did. That's what he did. He just killed people like unrestricted, uninhibited. He was just like, dead. And then he's like, I'm going to make this one a little fancy, dead. And he just started killing people. And his justification, I get the rage. All right. I get the rage. I understand it. Get it. His justification was his teacher was killed in front of him. It was gruesome, it was fucked up, it was twisted. Revenge on the specific people who did it, maybe even that like association, I get it. But when he's just like, hey man, how about I just kill everybody? And it's like, what do you mean by everybody? He's like, not everybody. It's like, if they a person, they're dead. They're dead to me, I will kill them. And like that's what he did. Like he yeah, they were the people that killed the witches, which is his teacher, because only the witches can use magic except for him, who has like a special writing utensil who can like channel magic into so that he can cast magic. They kill his teacher in front of him as he's a kid, and then they lock him up for 10 years. And because like he's got magic, so but he's a human, so they were trying to be like, yeah, we'll only commit genocide against the witches. Like that's cool. That's what everybody wants, right? Which is also really dumb because they were the ones stabilizing the world to begin with. So
stabilize Schmable Schmize.
So then he gets out. So Adonis gets out, and his whole deal is like, I'm gonna kill them because they killed my teacher. And I'm like, fair and justified. And then he goes on a rampage and starts killing all the people. And he like indiscriminately, just all the people. And then he gets taken to this like subsect of witches that have been hiding out on the moon. And he's like, great, now I can kill all of you too. And he does. And that's what he does. He just kills everybody all the time. That's all he ever thinks about is death.
See, and that's the
what?
thing, because it's like, okay, I'm going to talk about Berserk for a little bit longer. Guts' whole thing is revenge. But again, I hate Griffith, so fuck it. But Guts never harms or disrupts anything.
No,
like,
this guy dude just he took out the entire city. As soon as he got out of the prison, he grabbed his little pen, he took out the whole city.
No, damn.
So there was like the first thing he did was summon a giant golem, and he just started wrecking shit.
Hey man, he was on his Black Air Force One energy, and I kind of respect it. I'm not sure. I never watched it.
At the beginning, I was like, all right, you might be going a little crazy here, but like I kind of get it. The rage you just got. The last thing that you got to do as a free person was watch your mentor die to these people in this city. I was like, I get it. I get the rage. Going overboard because you're killing people that are completely irrelevant to the scenario at hand. But I get it. And then he just like didn't stop, and he just like kept going. And he just there was no limit. It was like if anybody moved in his line of sight, they were dead.
If you move, you die.
Except for like one person, and then other crazy shit happens, and then they also like they sort of die, but then they like don't really die. And then I was like, this started off all right, and then I was like, not so much anymore. So Adonis, you can just they should just take him out. Maybe take out the association that did that to the witches too, but at the same time, mostly Adonis. I think he causes more harm than good here. So there's pretty much that one. Definitely don't want him roaming around too much longer.
I can't think of a main character. I feel like those are good like suggestions, but my next one is kind of dumb. So I don't know if you grew up watching Inuyasha, but I 100% like in my bingo book, I'm putting Naraku.
Dude, I would put Naraku on the list just because it's annoying to watch everybody try to find him.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even
like,
about
you know what? I'll do it. You guys can't do shit. I will find him.
It's not about the handhold. It's not about Kikyo. It's not about all the shit that he orchestrated. It was just annoying as a teenager watching everybody be like, "We gotta find this motherfucker every week." Oh, he's sitting out.
And then the only time you find him is like on the new moon when Inuyasha's like a whole human, and it's like big ears.
Yeah.
And then it's like after that, he like escapes the fight, and it's like he was just here. Nobody can find him again.
I hated it, and then I remember watching the anime to its conclusion, and then being like, "Oh damn, man, we just got done with that hard fight, but you know what? We're still gonna find Raku. But we were gonna do it, guys. We're gonna beat him." Credits are rolling. I'm just like, "What the fuck do you mean the show is over? The fuck do you mean they didn't do anything or
Series
solve the problem?"
finale.
I was like, I was furious.
To make matters even worse, they did release Yashahime, which is like the sequel to that. It follows it doesn't even follow Inuyasha and Kagome's kids. It follows Shisomaru's kids. And except for one of them is Inuyasha's kids, but they're like the supporting character.
Yeah, she's not like the main character.
Yeah, and I was like, you didn't even pick the right children. Like what? And like nobody mentions Naraku anymore. Like he's like a non-factor, and it's like, wait, did they get him? And they talk about how the Shikon jewel shard was like reassembled or whatever, so now they're hunting rainbow pearls or some bullshit.
Yeah, they were like, I need
more jewelry.
Just do it again.
But now they just like don't have like a bad guy. They're just like, I don't even know why they were doing it. I just watched the first season, and then 23 of the 24 episodes, I was like, man, screw this. And then the 24th episode, I was like, do I watch the second season? And then I was like, no, it's a bait. I'm not doing it again. I just
like the whole thing was like Kagome and Inuyasha were like trapped in some kind of fucking dimension or whatever. And they were trying to find them, and that was it. I don't even remember, but somehow they were in stasis for like forever after they had the child, and then they were like, "Oh, I grew up without my parents, and we got to help them and find them and bring them back or whatever. So we got to assimilate this other jewel and then bring them back." I was watching it because nostalgia, as well as the English dub, brought back all the cast. I was like, "Oh man, this feels like waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning to the fucking Inuyasha OP or ending." And it's like dee da 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 dee dee do 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 do, and I was like, "All right, I guess I'm watching this shit now." But that nostalgia honestly didn't hit that long. I was just like, you know what?
You're like, oh yeah, Inuyasha, and then you started watching Inuyasha, and you're like, Inuyasha.
I do, because I love Inuyasha. I would probably never
it was
rewatch
just
that
like
shit.
you watched it as a kid because it was like so close to being good. Because you're like, he had the cool, Tetsaiga, and he had the
Yeah.
Wind Scar and the Backlash Wave, the
Backlash
Iron Reaver
Wave.
Soul Stealer, and it was like he shouted them all out, and you're like, yeah, that's awesome, that's cool, and then they never got anything done, but you like as a kid didn't realize that until like way later.
I know. Dude, that shit angered me. I was like, kill this man now. He
Do
was the main
something,
villain
like
for the
cut off a
entirety of the
leg or
fucking show.
something, like just make progress.
They did nothing. The entire show, they did absolutely fucking nothing.
Gotta love it.
Oh boy, welcome to hell. I went back and read the manga, and then Inuyasha got a chocolate dip fudge sword or whatever the fuck, and he used the new ability to open up a black hole or whatever the fuck. And I was just like, what the hell is this shit, dude?
A chocolate dip sword.
Dude, Inuyasha's dumb as hell, but I still love it.
Hey, it's one of the OGs. It'll live on forever.
Yes, sir.
That's not, I also have a demon on my list. I have one. I have one more pair, and then I have one that's a big maybe. The pair would be surprise, surprise. We get to talk about this one without shitting on it. 7 Deadly Sins. I would take out the Demon King and the head Archangel. I would just take them both out. No, well, not Meliodas as the Demon King, but like his dad. Because those are the people that cursed him and Elizabeth and caused all of the problems to begin with. So let me just take them out. And once they're gone, then Meliodas and Elizabeth can be free and they can just live their final rotation and it's fine. But they just want to be they just want to be a problem. Like that's just like their thing. They literally exist to be a problem. All the way up until the very end, which read the manga because the end is awesome. But they do eventually take out the Demon King on their own. So it's like, do I need to put him on the list? I feel like I do. I could just do it sooner. Like as soon as I found out that Meliodas was cursed, the way he was cursed, I was like, that's pretty fucked. So I would definitely take them out. And then my big fat maybe would be, this is also an OG one, but it has since been canceled, so the story could have gone away where this wasn't the case. I would take out the Millennium Earl from D. Gray Man. That dude is just like a fucking walking omen. Like it just causes problems. And like as far as the manga got, it just seemed like he was just trying to like force this weird like entity into Alan, and then it's like Alan's backstory just kept getting sadder and sadder and sadder, and they're just like, what if we sacrificed him? What if we just used him as a vessel? And it's like, you could just let him like live, right? Like you could just do that.
Like, nah, I don't want peace. All I want is problems.
Yeah. And it's like we kind of learned who the Earl like is, so at the same time you're like, maybe I don't want to do that. But then when he turns like into the Earl, because it's like a second alter ego or something. So like the person that is housing the Earl isn't that bad. The Earl causes a lot of problems. So to kill the Earl, you'd have to kill the not so bad guy. And it's like, I don't want to. But like the other one does kind of make a lot of demons do kind of fucking kill everybody. So it's like,
it's the good old fashioned Jekyll.
They needed to keep going so I could make a true justification. But like he's a bad guy.
Is the manga not done?
The thing has been on hiatus for like 10 years or something. Every now and then they'll release like one chapter, and it's like once a year, and it's like 19 pages.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't think it's been canceled per se, but it might as well be. Every time something comes up, every time the new chapter comes out, it's been so long and it's so complicated that I'm like, I don't even know like what's happening anymore. So they are like manifesting the innocence, and it has now gained a different name. It's like Apocrypha or something now. and I don't follow it anymore because it's too much. Like whenever the new chapter comes out, I like read the new chapter, but I'm just like, I don't know who this is anymore. The only people I remember are Alan, which half the time he's in a disguise, so you almost don't recognize him anyway, and Conda. Those are the only two that I like recognize. Everybody else is like, who the fuck are you? And they got rid of everybody from the order. Like they didn't like off them or anything. They're just like not there anymore. Yeah. Which in the lead up to where they're at makes sense. But that was like 6 years ago when we last saw them in real life, because they only release one chapter at a time. Let me see. Let me see Lena Lee again. It's been too long. Let me see Bookman. I want to see the old guy, Crowley.
Big Hammer Dude.
Yeah, I want to see all of them. Those are all mine.
Yeah.
Some of them I were just like, yeah, they probably would just be better off if they just weren't here anymore.
Yeah. Again, this is our list of our bingo book hit list of people that we will want to get rid of. Just take them out back. Paulie, take care of them for us. But what will your bingo book look like? You can let us know down in the comments below. Type it out for us and let us know who you guys would like to take care of. You know, hey, yo, you know, get them done. Get them done. Send Kakashi at them, Copy Ninja. You know what I mean? You can let us know down in the comments below. You can also support your boys by leaving us a good old-fashioned thumbs up. You can also support us by hitting that subscribe button and staying tuned and up to date with the new podcast episodes when they come out. Give us a 5-star review on any audio podcasts of your services. We need to check those. We need to see if we got any reviews. It's been a little bit since I checked them. So maybe we need to check them and to see and like read out some of the reviews that you guys got. Maybe we could do a segment at the beginning of the podcast where we read out some of the podcast comments that you guys are leaving to get a sit rep. Check the posts of you guys, because you guys matter. You guys matter to us. But thank you guys so much for listening to the 33rd episode. 33rd? I don't know why that sounded weird to me. The 33rd episode of the DNAnime podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you guys for the next one next Sunday. Hope you guys had a good one. Bye.
Bye.